welcome to ET Energy World. This is day 2 at India Energy Week 2025 and we're coming to you with all the updates. I'm Devina Lasso and joining me now is Dr. Rajeshwari Narendran. She's the Director, NTPC School of Business. Doctor, thank you so much for talking to us. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Devina.
Doctor, just to start with, I'd love to understand a little bit of your background. You have a very unique role. Of course, you play a pivotal role in skilling, training, upskilling people in the power sector. So, love to understand a little bit from you about your role.
So wonderful, Devina. This question is so relevant to me because I happen to be the first woman trainer
Wow.
in the Asia and first woman president of Indian Society for Training and Development.
Fantastic.
And for last 35 years into capacity building in various forums and various stratas of the world. Of course, NTPC School of Business is a very unique niche business school which offers energy management courses, the postgraduate diploma program, the research programs, various certificate programs, and we offer programs at 51 countries in terms of capacity building, training and skill training. So it's a huge responsibility as a director of the school, and I take privilege to be one again as the first woman.
Fantastic. So, what would you say you are observing as a big skill gap at the moment in the power sector? Of course, we're seeing so much innovation in every aspect here in India on a global scale. But what really are some of the big skill gaps, and what are students focusing on the most these days?
So see, there are, first I would like to say that India's last 10 years of growth is equivalent to earlier 90 years growth. So the pace at which the power and energy sector is growing is phenomenal, unbelievable. You know, the miles and miles of solar, or whether it is a hydro, whether it is a green hydrogen projects or whichever. So the country is moving aggressively into 2030 first, the energy transition time. And we are also aggressively moving into 2070 net zero targets. Given that as an ultimate goal, it becomes a huge responsibility to see where are the skill gaps. So the skill gaps are at the bottomest, of the pyramid, where you need a hardcore technical menial jobs. Yeah. So the fitters to the plumbers to the person who can be, the cleaner or the person who can erect the project or kind of things, right? So that is pure hardcore technical blue collar job. Then comes at that level, you need supervisory skills.
Yes.
Because those people, the technical hardcore labor workers, they may not know what to do, when to do, where to do, and how efficiently to do. So they need a supervisory category. Then comes the technical in terms of engineering. Because, then you need a larger skill, larger, industry requirement where they have the acumen and all the deliverable skill sets. However, only engineers, would they be able to do it? You need managerial skill. So the techno-managerial skill become very neat because that's the need of the hour. It is very efficiency-oriented work. Then comes techno-commercial. See, look at that. So it is from the bottom of the pyramid is large scale. Then as you move up the pyramid, you need techno-managerial, techno-commercial, business development, international alliances, legal compliances, kind of every role, every specific thing that all have to blend and sync together. If they do not do it, then something is missing and we are missing the bus of the development. So that's where, the skill challenges are.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, the
Thank you
gaps are there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, I have two questions. First of all, how, of course, is your business school, your school addressing these gaps? Are there any very specialized programs you're offering? But also, where do women stand in the entire hierarchy? I must ask you this, as you said, the first female leader in this space.
So it is very important, first of all, to know that, the NTPC School of Business is offering various certificate programs because we know that the speed is the key. So 3-month certification programs, 6-month certification programs where immediately a person can enhance the skill and get absorbed into the industry. We are offering a plethora of courses there. Coming back to your second part, that women in energy sector are very less, and particularly in energy training, like NPTI is there already. Madam Tripta Thakur is also leading. So NTPC School of Business, I am the first director, and hence I see as a huge responsibility. So I am offering programs in 51 countries, as I said earlier also. And I am also a part of large women network at the world level, where we are trying to see that what and how can we include the women in every part of. I'll just give a very small example. In 2015, I was in the field of Kutch, Gujarat. There, the salt pane workers make salt. The women used to soak the food like the rice, the dal, and everything at the night while they leave for the job, like for making the salt pane work. So at 2 a.m., basically, they would soak. 11 a.m. when they come back, the food would be already cooked in the vessel because of the heat. 50 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
So, no carbon emission. And have we explored that? Even we have not done it. So including women, their ideas, how they can do clean cooking, how can they save energy, because energy saved is energy produced. And how can youth can be included? How can we think that it's a responsibility of every individual citizen towards the national mission? It's a very, very pious mission I'm working for, and as I call my students as, you are my energy warriors. And be one, demonstrate one, make the country happier, greener and better.
Wonderful, very inspiring. What would you say are some of the big challenges, though, that you face when it comes to creating, again, the right skill set, really empowering today's workforce to be ready for the energy sector here in India?
Thank you, Devina, for this question, because I feel that first challenge is the infrastructure. See, training, capacity building, skill set enhancement needs a huge infrastructure. And with the advent of AI and ML, it becomes very important that AR/VR also becomes a part of syllabus.
Absolutely.
So are we ready for that? Do we have that infrastructure? Do we have the bandwidth? Second comes the need of the skilled trainers who can transform the knowledge and skill to others, like they can transmit that.
Yes.
So they themselves need how to deliver their knowledge to the, the end user. It is very important. Then comes the dearth of, sometimes it is the finance, and sometimes it is the participation from the people. See, a labor is ready to put a hardcore labor, but not ready to learn a skill which would give him a life skill to go and make his living better. So, reaching to the tribals, reaching to the rural, reaching to the semi-urban people and asking that them don't look for the hardy work, the din ka daily wagers nahi ban karke, can you become a skill-oriented person? So that knowledge to them, the awareness to them is a huge challenge. It is not that they are not ready to, but are they aware about it? There's so many government beautiful schemes are there, but are we making them convert into reality as a project? So at project level, at the leg level, we need a huge awareness drive. And that's a huge challenge. Otherwise, we can make this transition happen.
Yes,
It's not a difficult thing.
Fascinating. Thank you for that. So, Fani, Doctor, before we wrap up, what would be the one piece of advice that you would give to any organization in the energy sector that's really looking to modernize and get their workforce ready for the future?
Well, I think energy is for everyone. And energy sector, power sector is doing their level best. But I think that each one of them, if they do not work in the silos and come together, collaborate as a blue ocean and a green ocean strategy, then a red ocean strategy of being competitors. The moment you see that collaboration is happening, the moment you see that hand-holding is happening and weak is not becoming weaker, the strong is not becoming stronger, but we all co-create, coexist and grow.
Yes.
That's the key. That's my one word.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you for being with us and sharing all your insights. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look forward.
All right, that's all we have for you on this segment here on ET Energy World. But do stay tuned for all the updates coming to you from India Energy Week 2025. Stay tuned.